Live every Monday at 8 p.m. Spiritual Coach Kris and Coach Jax, we are a global spiritual training academy, here to teach you nothing. Because the truth is, you already know. Our role? To help you remember your mission, your message, and the movement you were born to lead. Expand consciously, live authentically, discover your truth, enhance your gifts, master your superpowers. We are light workers and bridge builders, united as a species of Earth, and together we are stronger. Together, we are one tribe.
Okay, I cannot share my thing again. Why?
So
what?
That's so sad.
You see it, right? I'm on my thing and it says comment, but there's no share button.
So I was able to share it from SemPure, but it's not showing that I am live from Jax Fromer.
Welcome to modern technology, friends. Yay.
Yep.
Let's celebrate it.
We're
Let's
working
be
on
grateful. Okay, so the only way to share this then is I see that I'm live, but no. Oh, wait, I see it now. It fixed it. So weird. Okay, so I'm just going to share it
on Facebook. This is usually temporary. Wait a moment and then try again, but it hasn't worked.
So you can share it at least from SemPure, but most of your friends are on your personal page.
Which, again, I figured out some sort of algorithm-ish.
Did you share it at least to your thing? Did you share it?
I did.
Okay.
I shared it to Jax from SemPure.
And sorry, we love that you're leaving comments, but if you're on Jax's personal page leaving comments, we will not get them in the comment feed. You're going to have to go to YouTube, Luta One Tribe on YouTube, or Jax's personal on YouTube. And then I think we can get their comments from there. Is that correct?
Correct.
Tim, hi.
Oh, so I wanted to show you. So see here, I'm going to do this. There's a little box now in the bottom right of the screen that I'm going to post something. Hello, everyone. And see them popping up on the screen here? These have them?
Okay, can I read that?
I don't know.
Oh, so Tim, guess who? So Johnny Slots,
yeah,
is killing it. I mean, like, I'm not jealous, I swear, but he's freaking killing it. Yeah. Every time he goes on, like, he's created this whole Dinger Nation. There are people from all over the world coming to watch him because he's so fun and friendly, and he's got all these people. And I'm so thankful that Tim is coming over from there, and I have a couple of his friends that have come over, and I am going to go on the Discord and the Dinger Nation and ask them just to like my YouTube so that I can go live on YouTube, because I just need 50 people. And we're new at this, so, we're new at all of this. This has been like what we're doing. So Jax, for those of them that are just piping in, I guess we should tell people we talk all things spirituality, all things metaphysics. My nickname over there is Lucky Kris. And the reason why is because, John and me have been hanging out for about 4 years. And I'll go to the casino and I will point at a machine and say, this one is going to hit. I'll put money in it. I push the button. It hits. I take the money out. I go shopping. So I'm called Lucky Kris because I've done that like 10 times. And I've gambled about 15 times.
I love that.
So I don't do it often. But when I can feel a machine's going to hit, like, I know it's going to hit, and it always hits. Like, every time. So that's where the word, Tim, Lucky Kris, came from. That's where it came from. And hi, Drew Blue. Is that your friend? Or is Drew Blue is from YouTube? Thanks for piping in from YouTube, guys. Share, please. Beg your friends to like us so we can go live.
It's not showing that I'm live on my YouTube.
It's not showing that you're live. Yeah. So, and then just for everyone, I'm sorry I haven't been here. Jax has been patient with me. I have been very ill. I've had no voice for like a month. So this is actually the first time I've been able to speak. I have my water, I have my antibiotics. Finally back feeling better. And so I'm really thankful for that. So it's not showing that you're live, Jax?
I'm looking here.
So we've been talking a lot about metaphysics. And did you know I went on Mary the Medium's show last night?
You did? No, you should have let me know. I would have gone on to support.
I know. You know, I'm sorry. I'll be honest. Because Jax, you know me. I got a reminder earlier that day, barely earlier, and I was like, oh shoot, I have a show tonight. So and I just went on not knowing what to expect and chit-chatted for an entire hour about who knows about the universe and energies and all the energies that were around and how those energies are trying to keep us separated, and we have to monitor, you know, those separation division energies that are keeping us kind of weak and judging each other and chaos maker and being mean to each other and all that kind of stuff. So, oh, it's Drew. Hi, Drew. I miss you, my friend. I'm so glad that you're here. So Drew, again, I have to say my shout out to Drew, is I grew up with him. I've known him since he was 5.
Wow.
He just turned 5 and moved into my neighborhood. And, you know, we've been just hanging out ever since. The families have been hanging out. Their family supported me greatly when I was a 20-year-old brand new mother, 21-year-old mother. His mother named Grammy V, like, helped me get through college and babysat the baby in a safe space while I was trying to get through school. So I don't know that I would be where I am without this family, and always mad shout out to you guys. I know that some people, and Tim, it's really nice to see you too. I'm really glad you piped on. Yeah, so I went on Mary's. It was a lot of fun. Next time we'll have to go on together and chit chat and
yeah,
you know,
it's a really fun way she does her thing.
Yeah, it was fun. And then someone sent me another podcast. I gotta look at what it's called. Let me see. He just sent it to me. They said for me to reach out, and it is Lauren Russo in Wellington, Amp Media Productions, a Couch Talk podcast. Couch Talk podcast. It's a whole studio podcast thing.
Wow.
Couch Talk. Welcome to the studio. So anyway, I'm gonna look into that and see what that looks like.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then as far as I'm getting ready, guys, to head to San Diego. So San Diego is where I'll be at the California Center of the Arts, speaking on a big stage, being recorded amongst the leaders of the new earth and around all of my peers. And I've been practicing my speech. I have, 20 minutes on stage. And I'll be practicing my speech, which is about that all humans were given a mission, a message, and a movement. It just matters whether or not you find the courage and the discipline to stick to the mission despite the distractions and the difficulties. It's about finding that discipline and pushing through, turning off the Netflix,
Yeah.
Turning off the binge watching.
Distractions.
And finding a way through. What about you? What have you been up to, or what kind of plans do you have coming up?
So, wow. I've been doing a lot of local networking, and I have been requested by a couple of networking groups to run them with them. So that's fun. And doing these different fun events and networking, I was requested to go on WRPB.
I feel like I didn't know that.
Station.
It's what?
A radio station.
Okay.
So I have where you sit, you talk for like 15, 20 minutes and have like a whole interview, but it's on video and voice, and I will be on next week.
Cool. We'll make sure that we're streaming that.
Yes.
Drew, I'm gonna pull you a card because I know Drew always likes to pull. Yeah, make sure we're able to. I don't know. We'll have to post.
I'm gonna post it all over. I have been cooking up a storm.
Ooh.
So I go to a local farm for my meat. Anybody that is local to South Florida, if you are willing to drive out to Fort Pierce, although I know that they have their meats in a lot of other places, Adams Ranch, huge shout out, hormone free, everything free. They're actually even cheaper than the store per pound. And it's
Really?
just, I cannot even tell you the difference in the quality is even compared to the most clean organic meat from the store does not compare to this meat in any way, shape, or form.
I love that. What about like hormones? I know you, so they
Everything
probably
free.
don't have a lot of that.
Everything free. I also dairy farm.
Really?
Yeah, it's like unbelievable.
Okay, well that's worth a drive for me for sure.
The quality is outstanding. So highly recommend anybody that is willing to try it. They do even have like, even if you want to go in it with a friend, you can buy like a quarter cow, half a cow, any size cow, and they bundle it up for you and sell it to you in bulk. So, and my birthday's in 2 days.
Oh my gosh. Happy birthday.
Thanks. So Wednesday evening, I am doing an event and I'm dragging my husband with me because he has no choice since it's my birthday. So he has to say yes. So he'll be coming along.
I love that.
Yeah. So I have a lot of things in the works, reaching out. A lot of people are reaching out to do one-on-ones, and I am just trying to heal the community and then try to grow out from the community.
Yeah, awesome. So Drew, I pulled you a little reading because I know Drew always likes a reading, and Tim, I'll pull you a card too. Okay, Drew.
What did I do with my card?
I see trust right now, so you have to trust this process. Why am I seeing lovers here? You got something going on? What you got going on over there? I see trust, lovers. I see make sure that you remember, to enjoy the small things, enjoy the everyday little things. Make sure you're healing. There's so many possibilities. I see another trust card. You got 2 trust cards. You have a new adventure. You got to slow down a little bit. Remember, again, enjoy that process. Enjoy step by step. Time for breakthrough. No more isolating. And I see that there are people that you're around, like, I don't know if it's at work or something, but there's a little bit of fighting going on there. I don't know what's going on with that. I pulled a little bit of guilt for some stuff that's happened in the past, so I don't know what's up with that. But I don't know if you're in a relationship, but I got a lover's card for you. So what do you feel? You feel anything for Drew?
So I was going to pull this guy out, my handy dandy book of answers. So if anybody has questions.
Oh, I love that.
So I'm
so tempted, but I'm gonna refrain.
Well, you don't have to say it out loud.
I don't have to say it out loud.
You don't have to say it out loud. But if you put your name up with a little question mark, and as you're thinking about your question, I will flip to a page for you. And then
I'm going to put my name with a question mark.
Okay.
I'm going to do it. Hold on, let me type my name proper. You did it. Did I do it? No.
Yep, you did.
I did it.
It's coming. Okay, so take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Think of your question. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You'll have to make it up as you go.
I'll have to make it up as I go?
You'll have
to make it up. Is that what it says?
Up
I'll have to make it up as I go?
You'll have to make it up as you go.
Yeah.
You see it? You just cut out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, can you hear me?
Now
Can you?
Oh, I don't know where'd you go?
Can you hear me?
Now I can. It's just a little delayed.
Hear me? No. It's a little delayed. So weird. I'm sitting right here. How's it now? Delayed?
It's a little delayed. Speak again. Hello?
I'm going to exit out.
Oh, you froze completely.
I'm going to exit out and come back.
Okay. So if anybody else would like, so yeah, she froze on my end. I don't know what it was. But if you would like an handy dandy, the book of answers, if you have a question in your life, it doesn't have to be said out loud. If you want to answer it specifically, I am literally just going to turn to a page and open it up for you. And Kris will pull some cards as soon as she pops back in. But Mondays are a way for us to be able to connect out with you guys and plug into whatever spirituality we've got going on. So we are just plugging in.
Did it work? Am I back?
Much better. Much better.
Back.
Did you get the Drew? Okay, so ready. So what I want you to do, Drew, is you need to take a deep breath, close your eyes, and think of your question. This is for Drew. And I'm going to just randomly open this question and answer for Drew. Get more sleep. You need to be able to concentrate on healing you first and taking care of Drew. So you need to get
Drew.
more sleep.
What's going on with this fighting? Who are you fighting with? Is there someone that you like? You got a love interest? I see fighting with people. Like there's like arguing or there's like something going on. I don't know if it's like work related. I think it's work related.
But he's got to take care of him first.
Oh, that answered it. Myself and yes.
And put down the phone. We were just saying something about distractions before.
That answered it. All right, Tim, I'm pulling you a card. Oh, did he say he can't wait? Oh, I can hear you, Tim said. No, a possible guy. I pulled the love. I pulled you got a guy. I pulled him. And you know what? I saw good things. I see possibilities, but I see that there's some things that have to be healed. And that's probably due to some of the stuff in the past. So I trust the process. I didn't pull back, you know. Also, guys, I do a lot of readings on TikTok, which I've found it is so fun to just.
I'm going to start doing that too.
Why do I keep going in and out? They switched to this new breeze. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
You can hear me? Come on, internet. You're such a jerk. Ish, yeah. Ish.
That's very delayed.
I'm showing that I'm slow.
That's like a 30-second delay.
All right, I'm going to go off. Is it?
Yeah.
I'm going to try it again.
That was faster.
Can you hear me or no?
I can hear you, but I'm watching you in like a Chinese movie.
Oh, so I'm speaking? Is anyone else experiencing that or is it just her? I can hear you just fine.
Tim can hear you just fine.
All right. You can hear me. All right, Tim, I'm pulling for you. Let's see, because you know what, Tim? Now I'm going to find out who you are, what you got going on. Let's see. Poor Tim didn't even ask me for a card. He's not my friend. So.
But I have decided that I'm going to go more live on TikTok and do readings again like I used to. And I am going to be applying to do some with a different company doing readings. So I set my own schedule and I just get a whole bunch of readings in.
Yeah. Is that kind of like a California Psychics kind of thing?
Similar, but one that's very similar to it and just as popular, but does not
I
take
only know it from 20
much
years
percentage.
So many others. Yeah. Well, let me know because that may be something that I might
You know
consider
what?
doing
I
as
was
well.
talking to chat. I'm like, I want to make this amount of money right now after my store closed and after everything happened with me. I want to be able to make a certain amount of money. And chat was like, why are you not doing this? You have a gift. Why are you not applying it to help as many people as possible? They have millions of followers already. And the more you do it, the more they are going to advertise for you. So they're like, just get it out. Just do it. And he's like, you can also pair it with going live on TikTok and building up your community again. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, Tim, I see patience. You have some new ideas going on and, patience in your situation right now. What's interesting is that I'm pulling up 2 sets of dancing girls. So like you have like girls around you. Like, I don't know if it was like multiple girls. Did you have multiple girls around you, Tim? I see a little bit of like sadness here and a little bit of like maybe some fighting energy.
He's a slot wizard.
I know he's a slot wizard. That's from the Johnny Slots. But I see like let go. It's time to have some success. There's a whole lot of people, like a lot of like people in your ear, like telling you what to do or giving you their opinions. But again, you have this new idea, so we want to make sure we're not clinging to the past. Again, you pulled these girls twice. You see that, you have a really sweet and kind and loving energy to you, but you want to make sure that your heart is leading your life and not so much your head. No comparing yourself to others, thinking that maybe you're behind or maybe, you're not good enough or there's things you could do differently or things you could do better, because you want to make sure you're creating an environment where you're able to really share the love that you have inside of you. And right now you have this like wall around you. And this is not your final destination where you're at, so don't get too comfortable. But it's time for a change. And slot wizard, your guides are pulling you in a direction. So you want to make sure you're tuning in. Yeah, a lot of possibilities in front of you. So that's what I got for you. I want to know who these girls are. Spill the tea. 2 sets of girls. Look at these girls. This guy's been, what are you doing, Tim? I mean, he's quite charming to all of us, so you never know.
Does he come with a lot of like females in his like family where they just have a lot of ideas?
Yeah, it could be. So when I pull that card, it's generally like it can be romantically there being multiple women. So that guess what that, I'm not saying that you're a cheater, Tim, but that's my cheater's card. But I had another woman pull it because she is best friends with 3 women. And they go everywhere. They travel everywhere together. So obviously when I pull it for a woman, like she's like, these are my 3 best friends. And then again, another way to pull it is like if you have a lot of females in the family. But generally when it pulls for a man, but it pulled like, in the air, but it pulled a little bit of like sorrow around that and a little bit of fighting. So I don't know what it means. Only he knows. He's like, I'm not going to answer you. You're not getting anything from me. Sorry. Anyway. Okay. So let's talk metaphysics and what's going on in our world right now. I've been watching a whole lot of near-death experiences, and everyone is coming back with the same messages that it's time to, Elizabeth is there, that it's time to start opening our mouths, sharing our messages, sharing our truths, spreading peace, loving thy neighbor, not spreading chaos. The choices that you make are rippling your reality. So each choice that you make puts your life on a different trajectory. So for example, if you choose to wake up and work out, exercise, stick to your discipline and your goals, that puts you on a different timeline than if you choose to snooze your alarm over and over, not wake up and procrastinate. That puts you on a different timeline. And I know we know this is common sense, but I don't think we realize that every single choice that we make is rippling our reality and changing the direction of our lives in micro moments every day. And while sometimes it's not easy to make those discipline type choices, right now the earth is calling for your highest frequency and vibration. So they're asking you to figure out what's stressing you out. Oh, look, Tim says, thank you, Kristen. I want to know who these girls are too. You got girls around you, my friend. Maybe they just really like your personality. I don't know. Oh,
Hi,
Evie.
Evie. Yeah, I'm Jax. Say hi too.
Hi. I wonder if Evie knows me. I don't know. Evie, do we know each other from somewhere? Again, it was so nice because, again, following Johnny Slots' coattails, I've been getting a lot of like friends and followers from this nation. And let me tell you what, Jax, this freaking guy, Dinger Nation, like he's got people all over going, Dinger Nation, Johnny Slots. And I'm like, how did you do that? Like, how do I want a nation? I want a nation. What should our nation be called? Luta Love.
Nation.
We need a fun name.
Luta Nation.
Oh, Kristen from Mary. Oh, hi. Hi, Evie from Mary last night. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. We had fun last night. We went into all sorts of weird conversations last night. It got really fun.
I love that. We're gonna have to do that next weekend.
Oh, and look, here's what you got. You got where did my thing go? Look. Evie, you got a hi Jack, even though it's Jax. Hey, Kristen from Mary. Tim, look at how sweet he is. He always says hi.
Hi.
Look what he does.
Yeah,
how are you doing?
Jax.
Oh, and let's see. I'm from Australia. Oh my God.
That's amazing. Well, I know that Mary does a lot from overseas. Yes. We can see you.
Yes, Elizabeth. I see. Would you like a reading? Let us know.
Yeah, I'm sure does. Also, we were just talking about metaphysics, and we all know that today is the full moon in Aries. So it's going to be a little bit of a cray-cray. I have nothing against any Aries.
I'm such an Aries, guys.
I have a lot of people in my life that are Aries, so I have nothing against you. But your energy is fire energy to a core.
Oh, yeah.
So let's warn everybody tonight and over the next 3 days, it's going to be a little crazy and it's going to be a little, be careful not to be too impulsive, have a little bit, especially impulsive over our own feelings and emotions and control and this is the Aries energy.
Aries.
So, but it's a time also to take action. So if you're sitting on something, if you're waiting on something, now is the time to just jump on it and act on it. Now is the time to just say, you know what? I'm this is the time to take the risk. This is the time to take your chances. Over the next few days, this is the Aries energy of the full moon. And full moons are always also about letting go and starting afresh. And it's the ending of a cycle. So it's starting to bring back into the new cycle.
Yeah. Being an Aries, while I love that it creates my ambition, I go from 0 to on fire in 0.3 seconds. And it can be a lot for people. And I don't have there's so many people and they have a kind, like I'm kind, but I have a grit or something. I'm not like I've seen people who they have a sweetness to them. And I'm not saying I'm not sweet, but I'm also, I don't know if the word's abrasive or people are like, well, she's just a lot. Like sometimes I'm just a lot. And I go fast, like I go so fast, I talk so fast, I don't stop what I'm doing. But also, like what you said, like ambition wise, like if I want to do something, I do it right away. I don't think like I have to think this through. I have to ponder and make like 12 different plans. I'm just like, no, we'll figure it out as we go. And that does help to get things done because nothing's ever going to be perfect. You just got to get up there and, fail is like hurry up and fail so we can fix it kind of thing. There's there's something there. You know what I mean?
Well, that's exactly what I mean. This energy that's in here, full moon energy right now, it's always the opposite of like where we are. So right now we're in Libra. So according to the 6 months from now, the exact opposite of Libra is the Aries.
I love Libra. My daughter is a Libra. I have a Libra. So thank God I have a Libra inside of me. Evie. Her name is Jax. Oh, Tim. Look.
Oh, thanks, Tim.
Yeah, look at him. Really sweet. Thank you. See, this is why I think he might be a ladies' man. I'm just saying. He's very charming. He's always, and he does this to all the girls. He's always like, hi, Val, like, hi. He's just so like considerate in that way, which is kind. It's those little things to him. It's very kind. And Evie, her name is Jax, Jax. Okay, and I pulled for you, Evie, and
Evie or Elizabeth?
No, Elizabeth. Sorry, I pulled for Elizabeth. So I pulled that. Again, make sure that you are in a constructive phase and not a destructive phase. So watch what you're creating right now and the energy you're putting into it. Sometimes it feels like you may be, locked out of your life in a way, like you want to accomplish these goals, but you feel like you have these things that are standing in your way. But your guides want to let you know that they're supporting you. There's nothing standing in your way, even though things might feel like they could be like destabilizing, or things are unstable, or things need to be rebuilt and restructured on better ground. Make sure that you're trusting that in your heart space, and our heart space brings a lot of love, whereas our head space brings a lot of questioning and stuff like that. So make sure you're bringing it in your heart. Time for some healing and some one-on-one time with yourself. It's okay to be perfectly ordinary. Sometimes being able to be so authentic and ordinary is what makes you extraordinary. It's time for that transformation. Again, you are not locked out. There are no cages around you, no bars around you. There's nothing stopping you from accomplishing your goals. I do see that there is like a rebel type energy. This is a masculine type energy. It can be in a relationship. It can also be, generally it is a masculine type of energy that's in your life, but it's, stubborn, like strong, like I will not, conform to society and what society tells me to do. And you're beyond, you're beyond delusion with this. You have to stop putting all of your energy outside of your body into this situation. You need to pull that energy back inside, because you have so much love to give, but you don't have the environment where you're able to share it the way your soul wants to express it. And you're kind of like wishing and hoping that these expectations were able to be met, but it's kind of falling short with this situation. There's some things going on that is really not working for you. And you're kind of like stuck between a rock and a hard place with making some choices and decisions. You got, again, they're pulled twice about making sure you're not putting too much energy externally and losing the relationship with yourself, because you have a cool new life ahead of you, a new adventure, a new, you have a lot of fun things that are waiting for you to begin living the life that you're meant to. And you're just kind of holding yourself back a little bit because of that. So that's what I got.
I love that for her.
Oh, you know her?
Yeah.
That's what I got, friend.
I love that for her.
And Evie, let us know if you want a reading. Let us
or
know.
If you have a question.
Or if you have a question. So I love these. Okay, wait. I have another question. Okay. Should I put my name in, or should I just breathe?
Just take a deep breath.
All right, I'm not going to say my question out loud, but
nope.
Okay, hold on.
I got a two-parter. Provided you say thank you, so you got to be grateful.
Okay.
And the answer may come to you in another language.
Oh, really? Oh, I will keep that in mind. That actually is relevant, believe it or not.
I as I pulled it, it was between both of these pages.
Yeah.
So I read both of them. Provided you say thank you, and the answer may come to you in another language. Could be love language.
That part's a little relevant. That last part, I'm really curious about. So I'm curious about that one. That was maybe a thing. Okay. All right, Evie. Also, guys, if you guys have any questions about anything and you want us to answer, there's your questions. If you have any metaphysical questions, spiritual questions,
Oh, yes.
connections about your guides.
We've got like 60 years between the two of us.
Yeah, we've been doing this a long, long time. All right, there we go.
Hello, Evie. Yes, you got it correctly.
We got Jax. All right, I'm going to do a reading for Evie. Let me know. And then look at, I'm telling you, look at Mr. Charmer over here. Look at him. Tim, just show up and tell us how great we are. Just keep showing up.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, what's going to be fun, again, not to keep going back and giving John a plug, but what he wants to do is do like a cruise and bring like everyone together on a cruise. And he's working with a company now that just approached him, that they're forming a company where it's a comp. So everything's going to be comped. It's called like travel comp or go comped. I don't know, something like that. But which means they're going to be free. And he's working with a company that's going to get us all going together. Now, obviously, they're expecting you to spend like the money on the boat. Cool. But wait, my reading is leaving me in the same place I was before. I do have one question. Is there a time for one more answer? I'm your girl. Yeah, absolutely. And the reading is leaving. If you want like to know next steps, like if you want like another answer, let me know. And Jax is right. You don't have to. But Jax is also right too. So you know what? With your question, and I have an idea. Let me read Evie.
Yep.
And then let's do Elizabeth, because let's give Evie a reading. And then maybe you can pull your book for whatever Evie's energy pulls. And then you'll answer Elizabeth's question, and I'll pull and see if Elizabeth's question pulls up, if whatever that is inside of. We don't need, it's in your energy vibration. So, and this is something to learn, that your thoughts ripple an energetic vibration that goes out on a collective grid that we can all access, especially those of us who do this professionally. We move into the grid of the energy, we access your vibrational pattern, and by the law of resonance or the law of attraction, that's how we're able to get this information to you.
Internationally, it doesn't matter where you are, what.
I think we could read astronauts on Mars. I've not found a limit or a boundary.
It doesn't matter where you are, because it's all one consciousness.
Yeah.
We're all part of one consciousness. So we just are tapping in, and it's the same concept as if you want stronger arms, you're going to go to the gym, you're going to work on them. If you want stronger intuition, our brain is a muscle, and it's just something that we have to consistently work on. So it's just, we all have the ability, we all have intuition. It's just a matter of recognizing it, not second guessing it, and being able to apply it.
100%. And that's what we do. We train people how to do this professionally. That's what we do. And that was a perfect explanation. Jack.
Came in channeled.
Yeah, it was flawlessly explained.
Came right in channeled.
Good job. You did a really good job of translating that information. In fact, you should go back and turn that into a quote or something.
I am going to.
Yeah. All right. Evie. All right. Wait, one more. Evie.
I've been having my cards stuck in my car because I've been going to so many readings.
So that's happened to me too. I just pulled them out last night.
Yeah.
Actually, I pulled them out last night. Okay, Evie. Let's see what we got. And you said you can't see the chat. I don't know why. We're gonna get better at all this tech stuff. We really aren't great. We're good at other things.
Technology is a work in progress.
Oh, it's a work in progress, but we're going to be thankful for our minimal technological skills. Okay, Evie. So I see that there's some stuff going on in the mind that may be taking you on a bit of a journey. And you just want to make sure that the thoughts in your mind are healthy and that are not taking over the reality of your life. Because we're very blessed. We're very grateful. Our world is beautiful. But when we get into our heads, sometimes that can block us from seeing what's right in front of us, actually, which we all have to work on every day because we get tired. Things wear us down. They break us down. You know what I mean? And then we get into our head about stuff. And so we just want to make sure that you're monitoring that. I see a little bit of like judgment. And the thing is, I think this is coming potentially in your energetic field. And I think it came from some of your past experiences, potentially with family members, mother, father. So we have like some tough morals. Things are black or white or good or bad. This should be happening. This shouldn't be happening. The thing is it causes us to create a feeling of kind of judgment or expectations. And your guides are kind of dragging you in a direction they want you to really trust. They want you to trust this new direction, and they want you to understand how valuable you are and how unique you are and how much love you actually have to share when you can shift that perspective in your mindset. And they want you to rebuild on more stable grounds. And, you know, they want you to not really think that there's like, this is an issue and that's an issue and this is a thing. They're like, there's no things you have to be worried about. No things. We're going to just let this go. There's so many possibilities in front of you. Transform. You know what you have inside of you. But due to some of the stuff you've been through in your past and some of that, I don't know if it's like a trauma sort of situation, but we've tried to like control things that are kind of out of our control. And we want to go back to where we're just hanging out, I don't know, rolling around in the grass, having picnics, talking to bugs, like just connecting to our soul and our inner self, because we have this whole new vision. Like you have a whole new vision waiting for you. And this is not your final ending point or your final destination. You have a whole path that's in front of you. But this chapter, it's time to kind of end a chapter and start anew. And get into that intuition. Like your inner voice and your guides are talking to you, and like they're letting me know like you have so many gifts to share. Move into that creative space. You're aware of what next steps you need to take, and just make sure you're moving it, because again, you have a lot of gifts to share. You have a lot of love to share. You want to make sure you get to the point where you're able to share it. And I think it's in a creative space. So that's what I got. That's what I got for you, Evie.
Any questions?
Oh, no, yeah. You know what? Let's get a question together. I love this question book. I really love the question book. I would probably be addicted to that question book.
It is one of, especially like when I had the store, it literally, the people would come in from even just like all the stores from around and come in just for the book.
I know. I already can feel like I'd be like, hold on, I can't make a decision. I need to.
What's coming? What do I need to focus on right now?
But the problem is that here's the thing, Jax. Here's the thing, and I don't know if you do this, but I do this. I make life decisions based on what that book tells me, and based on what these cards tell me. And sometimes I'm like, is that irresponsible? Like,
no. So I actually had a very similar instance this last week or so. Those of you who know me, I had a store in downtown Fort Pierce that had to close due to a slumlord situation. Against my better judgment, I went and closed the store. I felt that it was the universe's way of saying, okay, you are too big for Fort Pierce. We need to expand you out. This is what you're asking for, so we're going to wipe away everything out of your way. So I took it as a sign that I needed to be out of that space for a reason. So this past week, I actually got 2 opportunities to go back into a space. And I went, I saw them. They were perfect. They were back in downtown again. And I said, okay, I don't know what to do. How do I make a decision like this? So I said, okay, universe, I need some signs. I need, because people say, oh, you can read for everybody else. Can you not read for yourself? Okay, I can. I have to just sit with it for a little bit longer, because we get excited about all these ideas and opportunities and we want to just go with them. So I had a dream that night asking before I went to sleep, universe, please give me the answers that I need. Ooh. The universe came to me in a figure form and looked at me yelling, are you effing crazy? We just took you out of that situation and you're going to put yourself back in? Are you nuts? I said, okay, I got the message. Thank you for the opportunity over here. I am done. I am staying mobile. As hard of a
Good. I
decision.
mean, that's what I received, but I was like, oh, I'm not getting involved in this one. Like, you got to do what's right for you. And if you need to do this again, who would I be to stop that process? But
it's just going to take you that much longer to get to where you're going if you want to choose that path. But
God, I'm master at procrastinating.
I am listening to the universe, and as hard as it was,
I see so much freedom with mobility. I still see, I can't shake seeing these networking groups are creating people that are going to be part of a thing that you said, like with the tables, with the people, with the groups, like a market.
Yeah.
Or something like this. Like
so
that is what
that's in discussion.
I see that. That's what I see. But I don't see it to where it's weighing you down. It's got to be very simple, clean and crisp. People come, they go, they like, you have the space. It's very simple. And you're able to then focus on your strengths, which I can already tell you are your tinctures, your salves, your cooking, your stuff. And by the way, where was I at? I got to tell you about Virginia. I was in, and Evie, I'm going to get to your question in a second. I was in Virginia, and again, the girls cooking the bread, and I'm like, man, this is what you need to be doing, almost more than the crystals. I think there should be a table of crystals.
Yeah.
But I think your skill set is in your tinctures, your drops, your sprays, your salves, your whatever these little herbs you put together. I don't know. And your knowledge, this is where I feel like your real strength lies.
I thank you. Especially cooking. I cook with love. And I love how people say that, but I don't know if they really realize the difference of your environment when you're cooking with anger versus cooking with love. Because when you cook with love, it literally the energy flows into whatever it is you're cooking with.
Yeah.
Thanks. He just knows exactly what to say and how to say it at the right time to say it.
I told you. You, Tim, you're a charmer. I love it.
But yeah, I just made gingerbread cookies and they are amazing.
So, Jax, I'm going back to this because they're pounding it into my brain. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but with other people that I have tasted some of their food that they've offered.
Know exactly who you're talking about.
Shh.
I'm not saying any words or names or anything.
And I respect what they do. But also, and I just think like you have a lot of abilities in this department. And instantly with all those women coming up and I don't want commercial salves. I want what you told me. Like I went and I churned this meat fat. I'm like, what? Are you freaking kidding me? What are you talking about? I want to rub that all over my body.
Oh, my tallow. Oh,
your tallow. And you have to then talk about the love that you put, the love and the intention that you put inside the things that you cook. And they just wrap it up in that little brown bag and you can stick your little hearts on it and stuff like that. And even with your crystals and your stuff, I think you should sell the box as is. Mystery box, $25 gift for everyone. You make the box. Yeah. And this is how you package it. You're not having crystals for $1, like whatever. You know what I mean? Like you're so homegrown and naturally homegrown because I was at your house. Like you are a native Wiccan. I don't know if you're aware of that. Like a real earth goddess. Since I don't know if witch is the right word, but you are of the earth. Like you understand things. I don't understand those things, and that's okay. I don't understand any of that. I can't do what you do, even if I tried. I can't do it. It's not my thing. I don't have that.
Your strengths are like all up in the stratospheres.
Yeah. Oh, and I realized something. Who are those white-haired star family? Because that is where I'm from, and I don't know who they are, but
it's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah. So when I see myself with this, see this stripe right here, Jax?
Yeah.
I have an instant rush of home. This color, I'm used to seeing myself with this color, which is why my entire life I've been trying to get my hair white, because I belong with white hair. I come from, and then all of a sudden it struck me, there's an extraterrestrial star seed family that they say has the white hair, and I'm like, this is my family. This is where I come from. I don't know who they are. I probably, but this is where I come from. So.
But so, right, between Pleiadians and Atlantis.
Yeah, I'm gonna start researching it, because as I haven't had this white hair in a little while, I didn't realize why I've always tried to turn my hair white. Like, it didn't.
Me too, and it won't go white.
So you might be.
I want it natural.
So you may be, because there's an obsession to have my hair white. Like, I'm obsessed with having it
You
white.
Can literally ask any single person, even the hairdressers. I have been trying so hard. They said, no, you can't, because it'll turn orange.
No, me too.
So I've been going purple instead.
Oh, no, me too. Same.
But I have been dying to have my hair white, naturally, even just turning white.
Me too.
And I can't, it won't go. Me
neither. And I try to tell people.
You dress really well, or, oh, you do really. No, I want my white. I feel like it'll be wisdom throughout my hair.
I want it white so bad. I don't have a gray hair on my head, not
Me
one.
neither. I'm 42.
No, I know. And I'm like, you wouldn't think I'd have like one gray hair. Nothing. And I'm like, some of those women walking around with that white gray hair, they're like, oh, I have to dye it. I'm like, can I please have your hair? Just put it on my head. I tried to go like an ash gray with the white, and my hair is like falling out. I'm like, all right, forget it. It is what it is.
My hair looks so much darker than it actually is right now, but it's actually quite blonde.
Yeah.
It's so much so, like, if I were to straighten and dry it, my kids are like, are you wearing a wig? Because it looks so blonde, but I can't get, for the life of me, I cannot get the white hair to come in.
Me neither. Okay, Evie, Kristen, can my mom and dad see me as they come in my dreams? So I'm going to answer this, and I know
my mom and dad see me as they come into my dreams?
Evie wants to know, when she dreams of her mom and her dad, can they see her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you talk, because I know you have a lot to talk, but I'm going to start. Jax is like, this is my area of expertise.
But
yeah. So here's what happens, my loves, my friends.
But I think I'm still confused at the question.
Can my mom and dad see me as they come in my dreams? So to me, she's asking, are her mom and dad still around her? Can they see her? They come and visit her in her dreams. Can they see her? Yeah. And here's the thing. So I'm gonna have a couple things to say. Number one, when I first realized that every single one of my family members and friends who have crossed over and transitioned and dropped the earth suit, they become even more accessible to us than they were in the separated form of our bodies. So they're so much present in our life. It's spooky not to freak you out. They hear your thoughts. They hear your feelings, your dreams. And that kind of creeped me out a little bit, because I was like, I love it. Like, how much? Like, when I do naughty things, are they like paying attention? Like, am I going to get it? What about when I shower? Anyway. All right, we'll not go into that. But what they showed me is they see a bright light. So when they cross over out of transition, they see this bright light, and that bright light is connected to them. So when you say you lost your mom and your dad, no, your mom and dad would never leave you.
You lost them physically.
Never left you. They just speak a different language now. And we actually teach people here how to learn how to communicate in their language, because they're trying to communicate with you. And maybe they can only get to you through your dreams because you don't know how to speak the language otherwise. But they speak to you through books. They speak to you through the television. They speak to you through songs. They speak to you through the strange cashier at Publix, or who just happens to remind you of your mother. Someone walks by you and they have the scent your mother used to wear. Your dad's song comes on the TV. your dad liked butterflies and you see a butterfly. Like, they're constantly communicating to you. And all they want to know is that you're receiving some of the messages. And you say, Mom, Dad, I know you're here. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. And you can always ask them for anything too. Do I take this job? Do I call that guy? What do I do with my life? Mom and Dad are always there to communicate with you. Yeah. And same thing with you, Tim. Your dad is with you. He's with you, talking to you. And Jax, I'm going to let you take this next, but he's with you. Like, when they transition, they're part of my spirit team on the other side. Like, I'm like, all right, I gained another asset over there, because I'm like, okay, what do I do? Do I call it? What do I do at work? What do I do with this? Like, they can help you with anything that you want. Imagine they can play you a song on the radio. There's so many things they can do for you. They can help you with your finances. They can help you with relationships. They can help you just feel better. Like, they're always there communicating. You just have to learn how to receive those messages. All right, Jax, go ahead. I know you want to talk.
So first off, when you said another language, that's exactly what I got with the book when you asked your question, just FYI. Right? Right?
Oh my God, it said it's going to come to you in another language.
Correct.
I love that. And that's exactly what I was referring
to. That clicked. I was just like, that's totally what that meant. Okay, so Evie, first I want to say my condolences. I know that it wasn't necessarily just recent for both of them, but I do feel, yes, when you dream of them, your dreams are a way to communicate when you're not feeling vulnerable, but they come to you and they are around you when you're wide awake. And you don't have to necessarily be sleeping to see the signs, recognize that they are there around you. Like Kris, I was like, they come through in many different ways and say, hey, we're here. While you're doing dishes, you could feel like Mom's just sitting behind you like she normally would. Dad's watching TV in the other room, and it feels very homey when you think of them. And I've noticed this a lot. Like, just out of the blue, all of a sudden you just say, hi, Mom, or hi, Dad, and you feel their presence. That's them talking to you through you. So I want you to understand you're not making it up in your head. It's not something that you're just imagining or daydreaming about. It is actually happening. And when you have this sense of just wanting to say hi or talk to them, it's because they're right there with you, listening to whatever it is that you have to say. If you want a specific interaction, you can write a letter to them right before you go to sleep, put it under your pillow. Here's the trick. Always make sure you ask to remember that dream. And so when you wake up, just in that in-between state where you're just waking up to wake up, but you're not fully awake, take a journal, take your text message, take your notes out, and write down every single thing that you feel. Because there's underlying messages that they're trying to relay to you that are for your higher self benefit, for you to, which I said that and my picture just fell. So it is there. They are there for you to help you, to guide you, to show you that they are still around to love you. Tim, that's so beautiful, because it's just a way, again, of reconnecting. These souls, all of our souls are part of a soul family. We have a soul contract where we help each other learn certain lessons, whether we are very close with the people that have passed or we're not so close to the people that have passed. We are specifically learning lessons that we have set for ourselves before we come into this dimension of Earth. And whether they're here for a long period of time within our life or short, we are all on a journey to learn a certain lesson. That is the whole idea of why we're here, is to learn the lessons so our souls can grow. And when we've gotten to the point where our souls have grown so much, that's when we become the guides and we become the people that help and heal in a different way, in a different sense. And so our parents will come, they may want to come back as different parts of our soul family to say, hey, when I come back, I'm going to be maybe your grandchild, or I'll be, a different dynamic to teach or learn a certain lesson that is all predetermined before we've all come down here saying, hey, you and I, we do not mesh well as husband and wife. I think that we need to give this another try to see if we can nail it down. And so the next life, you may come in as husband and wife. You may say, I think that we did really well. I want to learn this lesson. And I think that if you are my brother in this life, I think that we can really achieve this. Would you help? So you create this soul family to work together to gain whatever lessons that you are needing. Now, you can have a mother that is really tough and really hard on you. But again, mind you that they are here teaching you the certain lessons that you asked for. Whether it's easy or not is a whole nother story, but you made it so that it was easy or not easy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know that that's really strange to hear.
Yeah.
It's so fringe, but it's 100% the truth. Everything that you just said. And that is where it gets a little strange. I had a past life regression where I saw my mother was my daughter, my father was my husband. Talk about weird. My sister was my other daughter, and it was just bizarre. And by the way, I was a terrible mother. I was awful. No one liked me. So that's why they all came back to torture me in this lifetime. Yeah, I probably deserve all of that. But
Well,
I make peace with everyone. And I'm like, guys, come on. We need to make peace here. I really am tired of doing this with you guys. But everything that Jack said is correct. So, and it is interesting because they will come back. I know it's fringe, but they will come back as a grandchild, or they will come back as someone who will be in your life in another way. Now, another strange thing, just so you can both hear it. And Evie, I'm going to talk because you talked about a block. I want to talk about, Evie said she has a block. Evie, this is true. Tim, probably the same. The thing is that you don't mean to have a block, but just how I said our words are so important and they ripple our reality. If either one of you put in your head programming, mom and dad are lost and gone. Mom and dad are like, we're here. Evie, we're here. And you're like, no, mom and dad are lost and gone. So that's a word block filter. They can't get through. If you think they're gone, or also if you think they cannot communicate to me anymore. Second word block. So they're like trying to get to you. So the thing is they will actually, and I've seen this so many times to the point that this is just fact. They will, if they can't get to you through your own brain, they will get to you through another person.
100%.
Through a medium, through a strange cashier. I was walking on the beach once, having a conversation with my guides because I'm like, I can't hear the answer, or like the answer's not coming through. Two people sitting next to me, not even talking to me, answered the question that I was asking in my head. In their conversation, they said the exact answer to my question. And I look at them and they were just having the conversation, but my guides went to them and got into their brain because they didn't have that block. Their block wasn't in their brain. It was in my brain.
Yeah.
And it might be in your brain, and it might be in Evie's brain. So what we want to do to reprogram that is, and I want to read his message, but what we want to do to reprogram that is say, I know, mom and dad, that you're here. I know that you're able to communicate with me. I love that you're sending me messages and I receive those messages. And now they're able to talk to you. Now, every little weird, strange thing. So here we go. Here we get into it. Something that's really strange is my dad used to chew on toothpicks and I found a toothpick in front of my mom's bed. Yes, my friend.
Like if you had to have a doubt, we're going to give you a surefire way that you can't question whether it was me or not.
Yeah. 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 And here's the thing. And this is the fun thing. And I want you to just, because we're all logical, intelligent humans, albeit we are on a lower vibrational, we're kind of isolated here in this body. That's what we chose, like Jack said. But I want you to really think about this from an intellectual, scientific, physics perspective. Tim's dad, without his body, manipulated time and space, came into our 3D realm out of heaven and dropped a toothpick on the ground.
It's such a mind fuck. Listen.
It is. Because if you're just like, what else can they do? And they can do so many things. I asked for a poop bag once because my dog didn't have a poop bag, and they rolled a bag out of the sky and it rolled up and wrapped itself around my leg. I am true freaking story. I was like, I'm in the back of my neighborhood. I'm joking around like, I need a poop bag. Like, haha, what can you guys really do? The wind blows and a bag rolled up. It was an old bag, but I used it to pick up the poop in the back of the neighborhood. Didn't get a fine and the doggy DNA, all that. And Tim gets a toothpick. What?
Even in front of you, we were talking about even manifestations, and I was asking the universe for a sign, and I needed help. Literally 18 months later, I got a check in my email that said, here, we're giving it to you on a silver platter.
We had just talked we were having the conversation actively on the phone saying, let's figure out how to work with the universe, because we want to allow the universe to help us with our finances. I just gave up on my finances many moons ago because I was like, this is too much for me. I'm down here hanging out on earth doing your work because I'm here working for you. And I can't be dealing with where all this money's coming in. I can't. It's too much. You got to handle it. So if you want me on the street corner poor, that's where I'll be. If you don't want me poor, you got to work it out, universe, because it's too much for me to handle. And I told Jax about that. I said, but that opened up, programmed something that allowed the universe to financially support me. And I was just talking to her about that. We were talking about the spirit activator and how there may have been a financial block, and how I said, all right, so let's do it. And I'm like, all right, Jax, we're going to say, listen, universe, we give you permission to financially support Jax in all ways. We have no more financial blocks surrounding Jax. We accept all of this money to come flowing in. And her phone dings.
I literally said, I surrender, and my phone.
And the phone dinged, and she had X amount of thousands of dollars in her bank account. I'm no freaking lie. At that moment that she needed it, the phone dinged and thousands of dollars were deposited into her bank account. This is a true freaking story, guys. We were all there. I was like, hallelujah.
I was 18. And it didn't come out of nowhere. I had a car accident, but it was 18 months ago, and they told me that I wasn't going to be able to get this thing like diminished value or whatever it was. And all of a sudden they approved it 18 months later on the day that I needed it. It came through all in one lump sum.
There was a reason. The most important thing about that conversation, Jax, wasn't that the money came through. It was the power of our words.
Oh, yeah.
The power of our intention in that moment. That was a lesson for me and you both. Because I was like, look, I've experienced this and this has happened, but like, I don't like, is it real? But then that was such a validation to me in that moment. Like that was spirit going ding, ding, ding. Here's thousands of dollars. You're on the right path. And I was like, okay, how do we do this more? Like I'm not to the point where this is so woo-woo. I want to know how to hack the freaking universe. I'm on my
There's
way
definitely
back.
cheat codes.
There's cheat codes, and there's a lot of them, and there's ways to do it. But remember, it's all in the power of your words. And actually that leads me into Evie's question, which said, how do we get rid of attachments? I use Mary's spray. Now I'm going to bring this into the power of our words. Attachments are attached to us because of the words and the vibrational frequency we are in. So if we are in a lower vibrational frequency, and then we use words of self-doubt, self-harm in any way, addictions in any way, doing things that we may not feel are in alignment with our higher self. All of that lowers your frequency. When your frequency is below a certain threshold, that opens up a pathway and a doorway for attachments to come on in and attach themselves to you. And when they attach themselves to you, it's like you guys energetically plug into like a cell phone battery. So they're attached, you're attached. Now this is open, like this pathway is connected. And what that means is this attachment can say, oh, you're not good enough. Oh, you should eat that 12th piece of pizza. Oh, you should go do naughty things that are self-harmful to you. Oh, that addiction you're trying to kick. Yeah, let's do more of it. Right?
Like
so
self-sabotaging behavior.
It gets into your head. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just plugged in to the lower vibrational energy, which is then creating those thoughts that are in alignment with that energy in your mind. You're just plugging in and your mind's going, go do naughty things, go do bad things. Bad things are fun, right? So that's what's happening. And all we want to do is not say, oh, there's something wrong with me. What am I going to do? Things are bad. No, we just have to go, oh, whoops, I'm plugged into an energy source I don't want to be plugged into. Deplug, move your vibration up, gratitude, forgiveness, love, compassion. We just want to keep going. What am I grateful for? What do I need to forgive? What can I go out of my way to be compassionate for? Who can I send love to? And this is how we raise our frequency so that those attachments cannot affect us. Now, Mary spray, because it is the intention of your words that I'm going to spray this, which I love Mary spray as well. I keep it with me. But it's because I have empowered that spray and Mary has empowered that spray with her words. So Mary says, programming, this spray gets rid of negative attachments. So every time you spray it, you're spraying her intentions. And then because I allow that spray in my brain, Mary spray gets rid of attachments. Double thing. Now, that does not take away the fact that you can spray it all you want. If you're running around, drinking a fifth of vodka later, the spray can't help you. You have to fix your vibrations.
Hope that answered, because that is true. I mean, the power of our words, our thoughts create our reality. Our words create our reality. It's a sound vibration that we create. So when we are speaking with intention, when we are speaking with the words that we want to create our environment with, that we have to be so careful with the words that we choose to use.
Yeah.
So if we are using words like I hate, or I don't, or I can't, or I won't, all of those negative words carry a frequency, they carry a vibration. Instead of using I cans, I wills, I ams, I loves, very different frequency, different energy. So we have to be very careful with the intentions. When we sage alone works great, but when you're pairing it with the intention of I only allow those that are here to love, support, and guide me, you're creating a firewall around you. And talk to your guides. This is another thing that you can do as well. You have a team of support around you. So when you sit there like this, this is how I picture I call them my spirit bouncers, not necessarily guides. So they are my protectors of my space. And anywhere that I live, anywhere that I am, is a safe, sacred space. So I talk and communicate with my spirit bouncers that are like this. If your name is not here on my private club list, my VIP list, if your name is not of love, support, and guidance, you're not allowed in. You're not allowed to penetrate my firewall. You're not allowed to penetrate my safe, sacred space. So I stand there like this. My spirit guides, my bouncers stand in front of my private, safe, sacred space club and don't allow anybody in. So when you feel overwhelmed with entities or energies that are negative around you, be mindful to communicate with your team. Be mindful to use the positive affirmations and the positive speaking and the positive words to create a higher vibration that the low vibration energies can't access.
100%. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And you know what? I love your analogy about a bouncer and a
I
club,
just call them the
and
spirit
I love it.
bouncers.
And
That's
you know
all.
what? I've never done that, Jax, and I'm going to do that because I need to do that because I'm so open and I'm so loving and I love everybody. And I need to have a little bit stronger discernment on the type of energies that I allow in my space. So now I'm going to answer Evie, Tim, Elizabeth, and Evie. So Evie, Kris, and I get overwhelmed when I go out and I can't handle it. So what's happening with that is exactly what Jax just said. You cannot enter my firewall. The reason why you feel overwhelmed when you go out, this is a sign and symptom of a light worker and an empath, which is where you're feeling all of this energy externally all over you. It's because you do not have a shield firewall set up. So what's happening is the eyes are the window to the soul. So when you look at someone, your energy instantly connects with that person. And because you're not aware of that, their energy filters through you and you begin to feel sick and uncomfortable. And you're like, oh God, okay, I'm going to look away. I can't look at that person. And then all of a sudden you see another person. And because you don't have your firewall set up, that links in and you're like, oh God, I'm feeling weird. I'm feeling anxiety. Like I feel everyone, your heart starts beating fast. You start feeling everyone's intention. And that's because you don't have your firewall set up, which I love that. So what Jack said makes sense. Before you go out, there is a special magical bubble that you put around you. I will even put it around me, but I like her firewall even better. I like a mirror sometimes. I'll put a mirror up, which is what it is. I just, what you're putting out, it's going back to you because to me, that is a lesson within itself that humans need to learn. What energy they're putting out, they need to have a dose of it so that they can then adjust it and fix it so that they're not putting out unhealthy, toxic energy to those that are around them. Now, if I'm feeling nice, I will send the energy up or I'll ground it into the earth or I'll send it into the sky. I'll transmute it. But that's when I'm feeling really strong and really powerful and really healthy. And my firewall's up. I got my bouncers all around me. And then at that point, I'm able to transmute energy carefully. But, and like even this, Tim, when you're in the casino, you need to monitor this because there's so much energy in that casino because no one, for the most part, are doing a lot of this spiritual work. They do have a lot of stuff with that lower vibration. So I'm not saying like when I go into the casino, I'm constantly practicing spiritual protection. Oh, yeah. So when I'm there, Johnny's having fun doing his thing, and I'm managing my spiritual field, and which is giving me just as much practice, you know, in my own realm, because I have to be able to walk into environments like that and still remain protected. Right.
And a good analogy to imagine it, if you are a visual learner, if you've ever seen Twilight, the very last movie, where she expands out her energy of protection, of I can't be touched, I can't be harmed, and you can't harm any of my family, basically, that is within me, you can expand your protection bubble, your firewall, out beyond just you, but you can picture it happening like they do in like Twilight at the very end. That's the best analogy I've come across, and that's how I do a lot of my readings. They come through as analogies and visions and through movies and TV and things that I can relate to. So for me, that's always a way to be able to do that.
Yeah. All right. So Tim, thank you again. I'm so grateful. I will take his compliments
any day, all day long.
Tim, you can just keep showering us with compliments.
Okay. We're live every Monday at 8. Just so you know.
So we have Elizabeth. I have Evie. I have Lionel. Let's see. So
if you do have a question, just write your name with a question mark so that I can access you. And because I won't read anybody's energy that doesn't invite it in, because I don't want to give out information that you're not ready to reveal.
No, so true. I went and read for Tim anyway.
I can't do it.
Sorry, Tim. No, I don't usually do it.
I know. But if you do have a question, and you don't have to ask the specific question, just put a question mark if you don't want to reveal your question out loud. I will be able to answer it either way, regardless. With my fun book of answers, it is really pretty accurate. If you're looking for a reading, you can say, Kris, just throw me some cards.
Yeah.
We do this so that we can help you heal. This is our way of giving back to the community. This is our way of being grateful and thankful for the gifts that we have been bestowed upon us, and be able to give out as much as we possibly can. So Evie has a question in mind. Okay, so Evie, if you can hear me, please take a big, deep breath. Close your eyes. Think of your question in your mind. This question is Evie's question. Please answer it accurately for her. You will need to accommodate. So within your question, you will need to, I know it's backwards, but you will need to accommodate. Meaning, and this is kind of just what I get alongside of this, is finding ways to compromise. So, but in a way that you're not giving too much, and you're not going, so finding that balance between compromise and boundaries.
Sorry, was that Evie's question or Elizabeth's?
Evie.
Okay. So Elizabeth had a question, and I am pulling for Elizabeth, but it actually makes sense because down at the bottom, and so Evie, we'll get to you again, but for Elizabeth, and then Elizabeth has a question you can answer right after. But so Elizabeth, I see that in your current environment, your energy is being suppressed. Suppressed means, sorry, but unhealthy for your soul. Your soul is not happy right now. And this can be around addiction. It can be around toxic behavior. It can be just around like struggles. So I do see that that you have a new idea, you have a new vision, you have a new path, and you're going to be collaborating with other people. And it's time for you to break through to get to the other side, because you're in this environment that's like full of like guilt and exhaustion and stress and suppression. So it's just not healthy. But guess what? You have master lightworker healing abilities. So you actually have skills and gifts in this earth, and that you came down with them. But because of your environment, because you're so exhausted and stressed, you're not able to, your soul isn't able to progress the way it needs to. And you feel again like you're locked out of your life. You're in your mind, and you've lost a little bit of that. So my feeling is clean up that environment, no matter what that looks like, no matter what choices and decisions have to be made. Your soul is calling to you to make some different changes. Okay, now you can answer her question, and then we're going to go on.
It's weird calling her Elizabeth because I know her by a different name. So I want you to, Elizabeth, Alma, I want you to take a deep breath, close your eyes, and think of your question in your mind. This question is to answer Elizabeth. This answer is for Elizabeth's question. What does she need to have an answer of? Upgrade in any way you can.
Which is similar to what we just said.
Upgrade your environment, upgrade your stress level away from the negative into positive atmosphere, environment, upgrade in any way you can.
Yep. I feel it is time for an upgrade, my friends. Definitely. Okay, Evie, and I like this. How do I find my guide? So good question for anyone who wants to know how to do this. First of all, your guide is constantly there going, really? No, she's not. What is that girl doing?
I just gave her a sign to go the opposite way. I couldn't have been any clearer.
Like, how many more times do I have to tell her what to do? And she's not listening. Okay, so yeah.
It's
so
like a mother energy.
So here's how it works, and we're going to start small. The small stuff first is you'll hear a little nudge that tells you to call your sister, and you call and they're like, oh my God, I needed to hear from you. Or you'll hear a little nudge that tells you, make a right down this road instead of going your usual route, and you're going to listen to it. Or all of a sudden you'll feel, I don't know, upset about something, and a song will come on the radio, and the song will be like, we love you, you're the best. That is your guides trying to develop a relationship with you. They want you to notice the small stuff first. They're going to give you tiny little signs and symbols, and they want to know if you're paying attention and if you're open to receiving the communication.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
That scared the bejesus out of me. Listen, and I will talk to my guides. Like, don't scare me like that.
Yeah, I think we have some family members in here.
I don't even know what that was.
Yeah, I know. I can feel it. So they're going to start with the small stuff for everyone. But I know that one of the first things you have to do is say, I'm willing to accept this guidance in my life. Program that brain. I'm willing to have a relationship with my guides. I'm willing to receive those signs and symbols. I would like to light them up. And every little tiny blessing that you have, thank you. I know that was you. Thank you. I know that was you. Even something as small as, something as small as I needed to get my mail, and somehow my mail key accidentally was attached to my bag, and I was downstairs and I didn't have to walk upstairs to get my mail key. I was like, I thank you. I know that was you. It's those tiny little things. Your guides are hooking you up, bro, all day, and you just don't realize it. So those tiny wins, anything you can be thankful for, but when they're also telling you, like they tell me and Jackson, then they tell you not to do things and you constantly overriding them, that's a thing too.
You can't blame them.
And I'm constantly like, I'm sorry. I know I needed to do better. I know I didn't listen to you. Don't make bad things happen to me, please. I'm sorry.
But also you get to the point where you have the big things. So for instance, a few years ago, I was living in New Jersey, and something out of nowhere gave me that nudge to say, I need to sell my house. I was there for years. Something out of nowhere. I can't even tell you. And just as I was asking the universe and I was asking my guides, I said, I need a little bit more confirmation. Is this really, truly what you want me to do? You want me to put the house in the market, out of nowhere? Okay. A friend, an old friend that I haven't talked to for years, came onto my DMs and said, hey, I just got my real estate license if you know anybody. Okay, I hear you loud and clear. I'm on it. So all of the houses in my neighborhood were on the market for about 300 days. I said, okay, to my husband, let's do this. Maybe it's within this year that we're supposed to move. So we put the house in the market. Long story short, it sold in 18 days. And we closed March 4th, got full asking, got everything that we needed to. But guess what happened? 10 days later, the entire country got shut down for COVID. And we had nothing holding us back anymore in New Jersey. We were able to we moved down to Florida for that reason, because we had nothing to hold us back. But we got full asking, which we would definitely not have gotten during Jersey, where it was fully on lockdown in the middle of COVID. So trust that sometimes it's also about letting things go from your guides, saying you don't need to hold on to this. We're going to help you get rid of it for something bigger and better. So when you find those nudges and you get those little feelings, trust them, go with the flow, and surrender to whatever opportunity is coming to you.
Funny, I have the exact same story. Literally.
I was the bigger ones, right?
Same story. Same story with the house. I'm sitting in I had no idea I was going to be selling my house. I mean, that wasn't even on my radar. I was but I knew I was going to be moving, and the house had an attachment that I couldn't get rid of. It was over my head, and I was like, I can't stay here anymore. So I was like, I need to kind of get rid of this house, but I was going to rent this house out, and then I was going to move into this place. And I was planning, that was my plan. And all of a sudden I wake up, and right there it said that your neighbor's house just listed for double the cost and sold. I was like, what? And instantly I knew in that moment, I need to list my house right now. It sold within 18 days, double what it was worth. Paid 15 grand over the asking. And that's what brought me here. And actually what brought me here and met John and brought into this situation. Yeah. And that wasn't it. And that was how it worked. It was just crazy like that. Like, that's it. Your time to go sell your house. But that's what it means when you have that relationship with your guides. You trust implicit. I trust my guides' communication more than I trust anything in my world. And one other thing, the doctors told me I needed surgery on my neck. And I had a couple messages, you need surgery, you need surgery. And I said, okay, I'm doing it. I signed it up. I was registered for surgery on Monday morning. My mother decided to stay in town. And I was like, guys, I'm getting my neck cut open. Are you paying attention? I need a sign if I'm supposed to be doing this or slicing my neck open. And I said, and unless you stop me, I'm doing this. Sunday night, I get a phone call from my attorney saying, you're not getting the surgery. I'm canceling this. I'm not authorizing you to do this. We'll revisit this. Sunday night, I was going to get my neck sliced open Monday morning. So hallelujah, thank you, my guides. And I'm literally saying to them, you better be paying attention.
Wait, I have a very similar story for surgery. I have endometriosis and I was going to have the endometriosis removed. They did an ultrasound June 4th and found nothing. So they scheduled me for July 14th. And I was so ready because I was trying to have a second baby. And I really was so, ready to just be able to get rid of the things that were preventing me from having another kid. And my 4-year-old at the time told me, no, mommy, you can't have that surgery. So through my child came my guides and said, no, I had a dream that daddy was singing to the baby in the crib. And he's like, I said, so when is this baby coming? He goes, on Friday. And it was a Thursday. And it was June 19th. So June 20th, I got a test. I checked it and I was pregnant, had to cancel my test and everything. And I have my second child because, my oldest always says, I saved your life because if it wasn't for me telling mommy that you were going to have, you wouldn't be here. So it was very funny. But
that is how your guys.
I had to cancel the surgery. But they found nothing on the ultrasound on June 4th. But by June 20th, I was pregnant.
Yep. I canceled my surgery too. I called, I'm so sorry. And they're like, what? And I'm like, my guides told me no. Take it up with them. They're like, huh?
Here's another thing you guys can do. There are a lot of really awesome guided meditations on YouTube that you can find to meet your guides in a dreamlike state, in a meditative state where you can get their names. You can understand what they look like. They will come to you physically looking in your mind's eye. And you can also build your relationship that way once you are able to give them a name and kind of like a familiar face and familiar energy. But start talking to them as if you would be talking to us, asking questions, or what is my next step? Give me some guidance. I need a sign. I need something. I need some communication between us. And all of a sudden, just like what we were talking about with guides, and my picture fell, and a loud noise bang, or something that happens where you just get these nudges. So the more you communicate with them, the more and easier the messages come through, where you're just like, okay, I hear you. I have to sell my house.
Or I mean, you're going to do crazy stuff. Cancel surgery, selling houses. Like there's real stuff that comes through. Yeah. And a couple of things, as a disclaimer, those like guide things. So sometimes that would run me nuts because I'm like trying so hard, like, oh, I want to see what they look like. Like, what is their name? Because I think I was trying so hard, I never got anything from them. But a disclaimer is it's absolutely the first image or vision that comes into your mind. It's like this. Even before the sentence is done in the meditation, you're going to meet your guides. You already have an image of what your guides look like. You don't know what that is. So it is not your imagination. So your next thought's going to be, oh, I just imagined that. That's not accurate. They put an image in your head. It could be an Indian. It could be a person with blonde hair. It could look like you. So you don't question the trick is getting the first vision and not allowing your mind to analyze it. Oh, you can made that up in your head. You know, now the next thing as far as names, I wasn't able to get a name. Lots of people get names, but the name that was given to me, and there's a reason for this, was no nome, which is that which has no name. So what that for me allows me to remain an open channel. I'm an open channel for that which is labelless and limitless, the great I am that I am. But that's not saying there's some fantastic guides. My friend's got an Irish guide, Indigo. There's a lot of Indian guides. I have someone I call the time master who constantly monitors my time. I have someone up there that manages my finances. I'm very thankful for that entity. So I have a whole team up there.
Well, they're my team.
They're my team. So again, when you lose, you know, when you transition, I don't want to say lose, when you transition your family members, they join your team over there and they're like, yeah, you got it. You can do this. They're like your whole cheerleading squad over there. They're great. Okay, now, yes, I feel people's pain. Just so you know, that's being an empath and a light worker. You do not want to be feeling everyone's pains all the time, because that can bring that energy into your system and can actually make you have dis-ease or sickness from plugging into everyone else's pain. Like some people get knee aches and back aches and they're bringing in all this pain, and it's because you're generally, as a light worker and a healer on the planet, you're trying, even though you're not trained, you're trying to transmute this energy. Your soul is trying to transmute everyone else's pain. And, oh, Tim, look at this. Yeah, look at you. You're trying to transmute everyone else's pain, and you're taking that into yourself. So that's why we call this Lightworkers United Training Academy, because we train you to understand that people have pain inside of their system, but you become the medicine.
Yeah.
You are the medicine, not this sickness and pain is coming into your soul. So again, the number one mantra that I use, if you guys want to use this as a protection spell, it protects, is please remove all energy that doesn't belong to me. Because any energy that you've been exposed to that's not your stuff, whether it's a neighbor, a partner, people that you're living with, people you have to deal with at work, people at the casino, please remove all energy that does not belong to me. Remember, your words create your shield, and then the energy just dissolves inside of me. The only thing that stays is of my guides' higher vibrational frequencies, and then I've created my, you know, my protection. My protection is there. So, oh, Kristen, this day, you're driving me crazy. I hope that's a good thing. Okay, now
Deja vu.
Oh, deja vu. Kristen, this deja vu is driving me crazy. So
that's what I got from that.
What I love, I think deja vu is right. What I love about deja vu is what I feel it is it's a checkpoint on your life path. So we already have, like Jack said before, we've done this. We have this destiny. We have this path lined up. We have a map that we created. When you hit a deja vu checkpoint, your guides are like, check, you made it. You're here. You made a choice to listen. Pay attention, you're in the right spot. And then Lionel, I love that. Yes, you can definitely feel energy, negative or positive. When you guys are feeling that negative energy, remember, it's just that cell phone. It's just your cell phone plugged into that negative energy. You want to unplug it. You want to remove all energy that doesn't belong to you. And you want to raise your frequency with kindness, compassion. And I'll even sit there when I'm not feeling healthy, or I'm feeling my energy is low, I would just be like, I'm so thankful that I have 2 feet right now that are in my squishy shoes. I'm so thankful that I have hands. I am so thankful that I have a home. I am so thankful that I have a voice. Like, I start with those little things. And then I forgive myself for some of the choices I've made. I forgive myself if I'm upset at anyone. And then I want to go ahead and send kindness, love, and compassion towards anyone that I may feel a little off, or even a situation that I'm upset about. And that's how I begin to those pathways, because being upset, non-forgiving, and feeling negative and feeling hateful, those are all energetic pathways that are shooting through your vibrational field. And remember, that's where those attachments come in. They come right in on those pathways. So I fix the pathways, I patch them up, detach them. Please remove all energy that doesn't belong to me. And then I love, I forgive, I have blessings and compassion and unconditional love. And that's a barrier. It's a vibrational frequency barrier. So no attachment can get through love. They can't get through compassion. They can't get through forgiveness. They can't get through kindness. They get through the lower stuff, the cranky stuff, the bad stuff. That's how they get through. So just keep that in mind. That's your protection. Yeah. And let's see, I want to see this one.
And she said this too. Kristen, I see if people are evil from their eyes.
Yeah. So yes, 100%. I have seen someone's eyes turn completely black. That was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
And we've seen aliens in person too. Like we've seen evil, we've seen entities, we've seen
black eyes.
Yes.
They say the eyes are the window to the soul. So almost like, and this is a funny thing, when you see people wearing hats a lot, I wear a hat because it allows me to check out when I need to check out. And it also protects my crown chakra, even if it's just, no, it does. Like I feel it like in my brain, I'm like, my crown chakra is protected. And when I need to unplug from vibrations, I can put my hat down. So I wore a lot of hats. So the eyes will tell you. And there's lower vibrational entities that are manifested here in our earth bodies. We all come from a different place. We're all just hanging out on earth, having fun in this earth suit. We come from so many different realms. That's why people are different. Like everyone is different. And I've seen also, like Jack said, I've seen those visions of aliens. And were you with me when I saw that?
Yes, I was. That's what I was saying. Don't you remember?
Oh my God. We saw an alien at Spirit Fest. That was creepy. I was like, there's something weird. Timber did not recognize that person. And the person.
No, I wish we got that on video.
In the eye. We should have totally just sat back and recorded that.
Because that was like crazy.
That was crazy. That was one. And I've seen like some, I've seen some shots of stuff but the biggest thing for me is feeling the lower vibrational entities that are incarnated here. But I know that they are here not to harm us, but to create contrast, which gives us a choice. So every time we're exposed to lower vibrational energy, we are given a choice to choose the light, which forms our bonds stronger and evolves what darkness inside of us that resonated to pull that lower vibrational energy into our field. So as we're exposed to that, we're like, wait a minute, what inside of my field has a pathway open that allowed that energy to come into my pathway? And let me go ahead and heal that and clear that up. Because each time we heal that and clear that up, our soul raises in frequency and we evolve our soul, which is why we're here. Earth is a boot camp for our soul.
I've always felt that way too. Even when oh, hello, kitty cat.
Hi. Hi. What are you doing up here? She's such a mean cat. She won't let me love her. Look at her. She's like, let me go.
Aww.
Thank you for coming to visit me. I love her.
So I guess Evie just wants to talk to you.
Oh.
Kristen, I went to the church to get holy water, holy oil, and the Bible. The Paris looked at me like eyes.
What do I want it for? And his eyes went black. Yeah. 100%. 100%. And when you've seen those eyes go black, you'll never go back. I didn't even know it was a thing. And I know they call it like narcissistic rage. Okay, bye, Tim.
Bye. Thank you for all the compliments tonight.
Thank you for coming on. We're on every Monday at 8. Every Monday at 8.
And we go until we're done.
And we go until we're done. Yeah. Yeah. So this is what I mean by those lower vibrational entities. I think they come in, they get a body. I know that we call them narcissists, but I am a master healer on this planet. I've been able to heal everyone I've ever encountered, everyone. So for me to then encounter a true, authentic narcissist, I was not able to heal this soul, because while I made that black a whole lot shade of gray, and this person has remained that shade of gray, thankfully. But we were in such a power struggle that I was not able to heal and he was not able to harm, because the Prince of Darkness was with the Princess of Light, which was quite an experience. And we had a twin flame sort of connection. Like, what was dark in him was light in me. And it was insane. But so we had to like get out of that. But that blackness, the whole thing turned black. And this was what happened was, what I've noticed is, like, for most of us, when things get bad, we end up saying like, God, I love you. God, I need help. Like, we end up going towards the light when things go wrong. No matter what, this person, by the way, shows up at church every Sunday, believes, like, every Sunday is in that church. I'm surprised his light on fire, but I can't believe he sits there. I think he has to pray. He just kept going to the darkness. So when something went wrong, he wanted, like, his tire popped, he wanted to blow up the tire place. Or, like, you know, if something happened at work where someone said something rude, he wanted to kill the person at work, as opposed to us being like, okay, let's see it from their point of view. Let's try to show some forgiveness. This person was like, no, let's like.
And it was never their fault.
Oh, no.
It was never anything that they do
Ever
to bring on anything, right? It never accountability, no responsibility. And it's always somebody else and something else, and to the extreme.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have to, and guys, just to go back to church and organized religion, while there are some churches that are really based in love and Christ-like energy, I am that I am energy, there are a lot of them that have so much dogma and judgment and hidden hatred weaving throughout their institution. And I know that they've claimed Jesus as their own, but Jesus was a light worker. Jesus was not affiliated with a church. I mean, he did not agree with the priests, and he did not agree with everything that they were doing. And he was like, no, guys, this isn't the way that the Christ like light. And he said, I am the way. I have I am tattooed right here. I am the way, meaning it is through me, through you, through Jax. It is through us. We are the answer. The Christ-like love of Jesus comes through us, not through sitting at church on Sunday. That's not the way it comes. Not through claiming that you're a Christian, you're born again, you know, dip your head in water. Cool, but there's reasons why you are doing all that. And if you don't have to do that, you can go dip yourself in a pool and claim that, you know, it's your intention.
He didn't want to be part of any organized religion. He didn't want to be a part of any religion that had to do with more money rather than healing. Yeah. He wanted to get to the roots of healing authentically and healing as much as possible so that he can go out and spread love and light. Yeah.
Yeah. I told this person that their eyes went black too. And it was like, they call it, there's a thing called narcissistic rage, but this wasn't it. The whole thing turned black. And did you know at that point that I
blacked out?
I calmed down and I said, calm down. Where are you? Come back. And guess what? Just before this particular person showed up at my home, I had 3 decks of cards, 3 different decks of cards, and the devil pulled in all 3. And I didn't know this person was coming over to my house, and it pulled all 3 of them. And I was like, I've never seen that happen before. And he was there within the hour, and the eyes turned black, and he tried to kill me that night. He tried to kill me. He had to stop himself from killing me. There was a part of him that had to stop himself from killing me and my jaw, he tried to rip my jaw off. My jaw still pops to this day. This was not this person. And that was the first exposure I had to the reality that there are dark entities.
Energies, yeah.
I was a girl who was like, I've never met him. I've never seen him. I've only ever been exposed to light and love. but my guides needed me to understand what I was actually up against. And I was very naive. I didn't realize that was a thing. I thought, no, it's only God and love and light. And it was
Rude awakening.
rude awakening. And I'm one of those people where I have to experience it for myself. I don't just read it in a book and believe it. My guides know that, and they're gentle with me, but I need to experience it for myself.
Yeah.
You know, so my soul left my body during a surgery, and that's how I knew, okay, validation, your soul does leave your body. I was on the ceiling cursed. I was, oh shit, I shouldn't be here. I saw the whole silver cord, and I was like, I just cursed as a spirit. I didn't like pop out and be like, hello, angel. I like said a bad word in spirit form, which was so cool. You know, so
Yeah, those black eyes are scary. And if you have never experienced, especially somebody who you're intimate with and so close with, it's even worse, I feel like, because man, you're like right in it. And when you're looking at them, like, I know you're in there somewhere.
I know you're in there somewhere. That's the hard part. I know that was the hardest part.
Yeah.
Is that I know you're in there somewhere. But as I've learned throughout, because that was, I want to say maybe like almost 10 years ago at this point, maybe more, actually, maybe more like, yeah, more. But I learned that they chose, and I have been that. I have come incarnated here to be a dark entity. I have chosen that. So, and I know that I've done that. So we choose, like you said, over there on what experience we're going to have. And in order for me to know so sure that I want to stay in the light, that I choose the light, that I work for the light at all costs, that all chaos that comes into my field, I will never spread chaos to the best of my ability. I think I had to be exposed to that darker energy before. I had to know what that felt like. I had to make a choice, a conscious choice, to work for the light and to stay with the light at all costs.
I agree. Well, that's
all
what
right,
we have to do.
Wow, we hit it. It's 10 o'clock. We chatted, huh?
Yeah, we did.
But that was so fun.
We did have to catch up a little bit because we've been off for so many weeks.
Yeah, we had fun. I was at Virginia Beach. It was interesting. You know, I broke out in hives everywhere. I don't know what happened, but the hotel room, I got so sick. I'm my head is blowing up. My face is blowing up. My ears are blowing up. I don't know what did it.
And I know you were hesitant about going too. You did start to question it.
Yeah, I went, but you know, the one reason why I'm glad I went is because I needed another public speaking practice.
Did you record yourself?
No.
Oh.
I chickened out to record myself.
Well, you didn't have to put it out to anybody. You could have just
chickened out. I chickened out. I got an issue with that. And I'm about to go to San Diego on film.
Yeah.
And I have zero exposure with being in front of a camera because I've chickened out. Now, November,
which is right around the corner.
Right, I know, and I'm already going to get my girl to make a flyer for November because, and I would love for us to have like booths next to each other. Like, I want you to be able to do your thing if that's what you want, but then I want to be next to you. I wonder if we can talk to her about that.
Yeah.
And I want to sit there live stream. I want to live stream like this full time. And I'm going to do interviews like those interviews. I want to interview everyone who wants to sit on my chair.
You know, I got a reading last week or so from somebody random, and she messaged me, "Aw, thank you." She messaged me. I'm like, "Where did you hear me from?" Because it was like a North Carolina number. And she's like, "Oh, I saw you on that show you did in DC."
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
I totally want to bring the microphones, bring all of the equipment.
Yeah, me too. I already talked to Joseph. Joseph's going to come. I want to interview Jennifer. I want anyone that comes who's metaphysics. I want to have that 15-minute increments booked. What's your experience with metaphysics?
Yeah.
What do you know about this? And I want to have this live stream I'm going to stream all day. I'm just keeping it on all day. I don't want dead air, you know, even if we're all, we'll keep it going.
Yeah.
We'll clip it into different sections. And Evie, I don't know if you're still there, but real quick, toxic people come to you because you're emanating light and healing energy. As in, and I can tell as an empath and a light worker, we emanate what they need to feel better. And so we're like moth to a flame. They're like moths to a flame, and we're the flame. So you have to train, or else you're constantly being drained by everyone. You're feeling their pain. You're feeling their sickness. You can't go out into crowds. You're surrounded by toxic people because they want so badly to feel better with your light. As empaths, we have to train and protect ourselves, or they will drain the ever-loving life out of you and pull you down to their level. There are reasons for that.
Yes, there are. And that's what we're here for. We are here teaching you. This is what we want to be able to do, is educate light workers, especially baby light workers, wherever you are on your journey. We rather you ask us than ask Google, because when you ask Google, you can get 100,000 different answers. Whereas somebody that has been doing this for 25, 35 years, between the two of us, we have the experience, we have the answers, we have the knowledge to be able to give you, and even if we don't, we'll tell you, but we have the information, and we rather you ask us than go searching around somewhere else. Because Kristen, I know you're going to answer this, but yes, it is draining, because it's like a psychic vampire. They are literally sucking the energy out of you. So if you're not able to replenish your cup fully and then let it spill over to everybody else and help everyone else around you, it's going to feel draining, because you want to be able to constantly keep refilling your own cup and protecting yourself and making sure that your cup is full, so that you don't feel drained and you're not going into your reserves and people are not sucking the energy out of your cup from you. So you want to make sure that you are protecting yourself, talking to your spirit bouncers, making sure that you have that firewall up, making sure that you are grounded, making sure that you are fully protected so that you don't feel drained walking around all of these other energies. So, and also it's surrounding yourself with other like-minded people that are on the same frequency and vibration as you, while you're learning how to raise your own vibration, also helps. So when you are surrounding yourself with more positive people and you're surrounding yourself with more like-mindedness, it'll be easier and less work to protect yourself, because you're with other light workers. So if you're constantly surrounding yourself with toxic people, it's going to be even more draining, and it's going to be harder and even more work to protect yourself.
Yeah, I couldn't add anything to that. That was exactly the answer.
Yeah.
Word for word, like literally exactly the truth. So take that in. And again, we do train people to teach them how to do this. I think me and Jax will probably figure out like a Saturday and do a workshop. I think maybe that makes sense.
I love that.
Yeah. Let's do something like a 9:30 to 11:30 or something, or 9:30, maybe a 2-hour workshop, and just have people come on in from all over, just plug in, and we're going to take answers and questions and go through some of this that we got into today about how to protect yourself, how not to get drained, how to refill your cup. Because we're like, okay, you got to refill it, but
how?
Yeah. And then, of course, if you're surrounded by all these lower vibrational people, Jax is 100% right. It's a lot harder to reset and rebalance than if you're with your tribe, which is why we call it one tribe. So exactly what she said, which is why I know when I'm going in to expose myself with lower vibrational people, I have to come home, reset, rebalance, restart again and again, because otherwise I'm like drained, tanked. And remember what happens when you're drained. You slip into the lower vibrational frequency, which opens your body up to attachments and entities and lower vibrational creepy crawlies that like to get into your head. So that is what we do. And I think we'll talk about it, and we'll figure out when to do a workshop. I think we do it.
I love that.
Yeah, let's do it. I think that makes sense for us. Let's just do that. Okay, so we are live. I don't know how many of you are still here, but if you're still listening, we are live Mondays at 8 p.m. Check into our TikTok, check into our YouTubes, keep in touch. The most important way to keep probably in touch with us right now is our Facebook community homepage, which is the Luta One Tribe Facebook community page. That's where we'll be posting the schedule, the classes, the upcoming stuff. So keep in touch with us that way. I think that's probably number one for now.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Love you guys.
Have a good week. And if we could leave you with one piece of homework to concentrate on when you're waking up in the morning, write down the very first thing you remember from your dreams. And as you're writing, you'll tend to notice all the messages that are coming through and all of the information that you will be getting from past loved ones and from your spirit guides. So start communicating with your team and see what energies and see what messages that you receive from them. So just try it for this week. Once or twice, wake up in the morning, right as you first wake up, try to remember whatever messages or weird dreams, whatever it is that you see, feel, hear, smell, taste, any of those. Use your senses. Close your eyes, write it down, or text yourself or note yourself, whatever it is that you can do. See who your team is. Connect with them. Try to get to know who your team is and communicating with them.
Yep. And my little bit of homework is each time throughout this week that you may feel that your frequency has dropped and you may be aligned with a lower vibrational frequency, use the practice of saying, please remove all energies that do not belong to me, and give yourself a couple of breaths and allow your energy to reset. And then tell your guides you're open to have some communications, and let us know if you received any communication this week. We want to hear from you next week. Okay?
And also drop the comments in the Facebook page. We want to hear your stories.
Yeah.
Let us know so that you can inspire other people as well within the group and let them know also what's going, that they're not alone in whatever it is that you guys are experiencing.
Yes. And again, thank you so much. This was a fun show. Evie, so glad you were here. Tim, everyone, Drew, Lionel, Elizabeth. Thanks so much. And guys, we'll see you next Monday.
Next Monday.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna play our goodbye.
I think it should automatically do that with the end.
Oh, does it?
I don't know. I put it in as the outro.
All right. Well, you might be right, but let me just click it just to be sure.
It might play it twice.
Okay.
Live every Monday at 8 p.m. Spiritual Coach Kristen and Coach Jocks. We are a global spiritual training academy, here to teach you nothing. Because the truth is, you already know. Our role? To help you remember your mission, your message, and the movement you were born to lead. Expand consciously, live authentically, discover your truth, enhance your gifts, master your superpowers. We are light workers and bridge builders, united as a species of Earth, and together we are stronger. Together, we are one tribe. Live every Monday at 8 p.m. Spiritual Coach Kristen and Coach Jocks. We are a global spiritual training academy, here to teach you nothing. Because the truth is, you already know. Our role? To help you remember your mission, your message, and the movement you were born to lead. Expand consciously, live authentically, discover your truth, enhance your gifts, master your superpowers. We are light workers and bridge builders, united as a species of Earth, and together we are stronger. Together we are one tribe.